Hey guys, it's me Noah. Hope you're having a great day today. So, for those of you who follow me on TikTok, you might know that I am a pretty big fan of FNAF. A really big fan. I honestly have no life. But internal conflicts aside, FNAF Security Breach is fast approaching, and I figured that now would be a perfect time as any to jump on the hype wagon and churn out a video that I hope will net me some more followers by just being super relevant, and take a look at all the Freddy Fazbears and give them a ranking because what I say is law and all should follow it. Actually, don't do that. Odds are I'm gonna get you arrested for giving 9-year-olds wedgies in a mall, and I don't want to get sued. Now, before we begin, we need to lay down a few ground rules. Number 1, only characters related to Freddy are allowed. This means that the character has to be either a variation of Freddy Fazbear or Fredbear. So don't expect to see any Ned Bears or Lefties on this ranking because, while they are bears, they aren't Freddys in any way, shape, or form. Second, I'll be ranking these guys based on 2 factors, their looks and their personalities. And by personalities, I basically mean judging them on how they function gameplay-wise and how much of a threat they are. And number 3, no FNAF AR skins. They don't count because they are, like the name suggests, skins for Freddy within special delivery. Maybe if this video does well, I'll take a look at the AR skins and rank those, but for now, we're only looking at animatronics. You got that? Good. And to clarify, this list is my opinion and should not be taken seriously in any way, shape, or form. If you think I'm wrong and want to waste time screaming at me in the comments, then take that time and make your own list, because I don't care what you think I should think. I think what I want to think, and that's final! And with that out of the way, let's get to the rankings, shall we? Freddy Fazbear, the OG scary Robo-Bear, if you don't count Teddy Ruxpin, that is. Freddy Fazbear is the most iconic of all the Freddys, despite being very simple in look. He's basically a bipedal brown bear and is definitely not as crazy or flashy as his later counterparts. But he makes up for it with the fear he invokes from his mechanics alone. Don't lie to yourself. Whenever you ran out of power, you'd sit there in fear as Freddy came a-knocking, playing the Toreador March and lighting up the door before cutting the lights and finishing you off in one quick jump scare. He's basic, yes, but it's the good kind of basic, the iconic kind. And Freddy Fazbear certainly is iconic. Looks, 4 out of 5. Mechanics, 5 out of 5. Total ranking, 9 out of 10. Golden Freddy. Okay, I got a level with you guys. Early variations of Freddy Fazbear are like the ninjas in early Mortal Kombat. Basically palette swaps with minor changes to make them look distinct. I'm gonna do my best to do them all justice, but they'll be immediately docked 1 point to the style category because of that. With that out of the way, Golden Freddy is awesome! FNAF 2 Golden Freddy, that is. FNAF 2 Golden Freddy just looks way more visually appealing than classic Golden Freddy, which is mainly why you see the Withered GF in more games than the classic GF because, well, classic GF is just Freddy dipped in yellow paint. But while FNAF 2 GF is better than classic GF, both Golden Boys have one thing in common. They're absolutely terrifying. Like, think about it. You're just minding your own business, watching the cameras, and then out of nowhere, BAM! Spooky Ghost Freddy. Never mind the fact he crashes your game, just the appearance of this yellow-bellied spooky boy is enough to send shivers down anyone's spine. Truly a spooky boy. So yeah, classic GF gets an 8 out of 10, 3 out of 5 for design, and 5 out of 5 for gameplay, whereas FNAF 2 GF gets a solid 10 out of 10. And I think you know why. Toy Freddy. Alright. So, everyone likes to categorize Toy Freddy as a smash-mouth-loving, Fortnite-playing 10-year-old, and for good reason. His cute elements don't really come off as cute, which is what the toy animatronics are trying to go for. And he basically looks like your kid brother who runs upstairs and asks to play on the Xbox while you're playing Halo with a friend. And honestly, his gameplay matches his ho-hum design as well. Sure, it's spooky when he's just standing there in your office, but beyond that, he's like all the other animatronics. He just walks up, says hello, and rips your face off. In other words, Toy Freddy is basic, but the bad kind of basic. Like, we're talking Call of Duty levels of basic here. He's generic is what I'm saying. Design, 3 out of 5. Gameplay, 3 out of 5. Ranking, 6 out of 10. Withered Freddy. Now here's a good boy. Withered Freddy is honestly a cool looking dude and struts his withered status with pride. What helps his design is that he looks like a prototype version of the classic Freddy Fazbear. The way he looked before he was redesigned by Fazbear Entertainment to be less creepy and more handsome. Yes, I think classic Freddy is handsome. Moving on. Withered Freddy looks amazing. But because you don't run out of power in FNAF 2, Withered Freddy is forced to stomp his way back to the office in broad daylight, unable to obtain the same level of spooky that his original counterpart had. But hey, his design is still cool, and I'd like to see it used more often in games. But Funko, please stop using it in your merchandise. Design 5 out of 5, gameplay 2 out of 5, ranking 7 out of 10. Shadow Freddy. Gosh dang it, Scott. Look, I get it. When he was making the earlier FNAF games, he was working on his own and didn't have the resources to make brand new versions of every character. But Shadow Freddy is literally just normal Freddy in purple body paint and wearing white contact lenses. He doesn't even do anything else gameplay-wise besides just sitting in the back room randomly. As an Easter egg, he's a fun character, yes, but for the sake of angry humor, Shadow Freddy is a lazy bum who only exists to give MacPat an aneurysm. Which I mean, I'm not against, but still. Design, 3 out of 5. Gameplay, 0 out of 5. Ranking, 3 out of 10. Too much water. Funtime Freddy. Listen, the reason I dislike Shadow Freddy is not because he's just a recolor. I dislike him because he's just Freddy, but purple. He doesn't do anything to shake up his design. Funtime Freddy, however, does do some things different with the missing ears and the loose wires. Something to make him unique. It's a good look, but nowhere near the level of Withered Freddy. In fact, given how the Phantom animatronics look very rustic and very out of date, it should have just been an altered version of Withered Freddy instead of Classic Freddy. At least then, it would have made sense. Honestly, I feel like he's okay, but could have been better. But unlike Shadow Freddy, Funtime Freddy actually does his job of distracting the player extremely well, and I will always respect people with a good work ethic, even if they're a hallucination working for a decaying psychopath stuck in a bunny suit. But hey, anything is better than being a bum like Shadow Freddy. Design, 3 out of 5. Gameplay, 3 out of 5. Ranking, 6 out of 10. Nightmare Freddy. Now this is a good Freddy. Look at this dude, he's an absolute unit. Nightmare Freddy is Withered Freddy cranked up to 11 and then some. And everything about him screams horror. The eyes are a definite highlight. They look like the kind of eyes that can pierce the soul of anyone, no matter how brave they are. Plus, facing down with him is very unique, since you have to balance monitoring the other animatronics and repelling the Fredlings, or else he's gonna get you good. Which is very similar to how Classic Freddy only came out if you didn't properly manage your power. Now, in all honesty, when compared to who's coming up next, Nightmare Freddy is a bit lackluster, but he is a definite improvement over the last 2 entries in every single way. Also, props to Markiplier for not dying to this guy.
Was that the bite of 87?
Design, 4 out of 5. Gameplay, 4 out of 5. Ranking, 8 out of 10. Nightmare Fredbear. Oh my goodness! Nightmare Fredbear is even more of a unit than Nightmare Freddy! And that's saying a lot when you realize Nightmare Freddy is more jacked than Dwayne Johnson. But let's simmer down for a minute. Nightmare Fredbear may be thicker than Toy Chica, but don't be mistaken, this dude looks horrific. From the needle-like teeth to the sharp claws to the friggin' belly mouth, this guy just screams horror movie monster. Straight out of your nightmares, pun not intended. And to top it all off, he's the most versatile of the animatronics in FNAF 4, because this dude can cover both doors and the closet at the same time his head is resting on your bed. I already think the Nightmare animatronics are the scariest ones in the entire series, but Nightmare Fredbear just might be the scariest animatronic of them all. Design, 5 out of 5. Gameplay, 5 out of 5. Ranking, a solid 10 out of 10. Nightmare. Literally just a clone of Nightmare Fredbear, except he now comes in black licorice flavor. Now listen, I love Nightmare, and he's definitely my favorite animatronic to cosplay. But since he's so similar to Nightmare Fredbear, I'm gonna give him the exact same ranking. And don't you even think about throwing a fit about it, because if you're throwing a fit over someone on the internet ranking fictional robot bears, you really need a life. 10 out of 10. Funtime Freddy. The Freddy everyone seems to like, and honestly, it's easy to see why. Funtime Freddy has a very appealing design and color palette. He's essentially a polar bear version of Freddy by way of Lisa Frank with a pastel palette. The speaker on the chest is also a very nice touch. And of course, we can't talk about Funtime Freddy without talking about Bon Bon, who quite literally makes up Funtime Fred's right hand and gives him a ventriloquist vibe, which I kinda like. And just like with Nightmare Freddy, Funtime Freddy's gameplay is once again about paying attention and balancing everything to ensure you are most definitely ready for Freddy. However, I'm gonna have to take a point off of Funtime's bad habit of yeeting Bon Bon whenever he's at your door. Throwing your friends around is not cool in any way, and he isn't going to get away with it that easily. Hashtag Bon Bon Lives Matter. Design 4 out of 5, gameplay 4 out of 5, ranking 8 out of 10. Alright, let's see who we got next. Let me see here. I know I had his name around here somewhere. Oh yeah, Molten Freddy. What?
I have several questions.
What? What? How? How the hell is this pile of slag even remotely considered part of the proud lineage of Freddy Fazbears? This is just a mound of metal spaghetti with a Freddy mask glued on, and a bad one at that. Molten Freddy is supposed to be Funtime Freddy, I guess, but last time I checked, he didn't have any orange parts. And to top it all off, he's the most generic animatronic gameplay-wise because all he does is move through the vents! That's it! Molten Freddy needs to go lay down and think about what he's done. Oh, what's that? You're already laying down because you don't have any legs? Good! Ranking 0 out of 10. No, 0 out of 100. Now get this pile of scrap metal out of here. We're moving on! Helpy. And here we have the cutest of the animatronics. Helpy is the most adorable animatronic of them all, and you won't change my mind on that. I will fight to defend this hill. Granted, he's just Funtime Freddy, but shrunk down to chibi size. But that's with like, what, a single point off? It doesn't matter, he still looks great. And he has the most important job of all, helping the player navigate Pizzeria Simulator, which he does by playing the games, grabbing balloons, resolving debt-instigating lawsuits, and getting his neck broke over and over again. Am I the bad guy? Let's move on. Design 4.5 out of 5, gameplay 4 out of 5, ranking 8.5 out of 10. Rockstar Freddy. Hey, check it out! Toy Freddy went through puberty and became an actually good-looking animatronic for once. Now, one of the major problems I've faced so far in this video is that a lot of the default Freddys either do the bare minimum in terms of changing their design, or just dipped in purple paint. But Rockstar Freddy actually manages to make bare minimum look good. It also helps that he isn't just a straight rehash of the default Freddy look, and has a design that makes him look unique. Plus, the addition of elements that harken back to other Freddys, like the star on his chest, probably being referenced back to Funtime Freddy, and of course the aforementioned rosy red cheeks, referencing, of course, Toy Freddy, because who else is it going to reference? Plus, we all know what makes him special in Ultimate Custom Night. So let's just move on to the next one, and be sure to
please deposit 5 coins.
Design 5 out of 5, gameplay 3 out of 5, ranking 8 out of 10. Dark Freddy, nope, absolutely not. 0 out of, nope out of 10, nope out of 10. That's the rating, a nope out of 10. We're moving on. Up next, we've got Freddy Frostbear. Okay, alright, yo, hey, simmer down, yo, hey, put that chair down. Let me explain. Yes, I know what I said at the beginning. No AR skins. I know the rules I established. You don't have to remind me. But the thing is, Freddy Fazbear is not actually considered a skin in FNAF AR. In fact, he's considered a completely separate character to Freddy proper. Plus, out of all the recolors we've looked at, Frostbear is the best of them all. Even better than Golden Freddy. The eyes patterning looks incredible, the festive style bow is adorable, and he's even got icicles hanging off his ears. Gameplay-wise, he's pretty generic, like a lot of the characters in FNAF AR, but it's a mobile game, so I'm gonna let that slide. But I can do that because, well, Freddy Frostbear is a cool-looking dude in my book. Okay, I deserve it that time. Design, 5 out of 5. Gameplay, 4 out of 5. Ranking, 9 out of 10. Alright, so the final 4 Freddys technically don't have gameplay attached to them, So the traditional ranking system I've been using is gonna have to be thrown to the side, and we're gonna have to do a very quick lightning round of the last 4 Freddys we will be looking at today. So buckle up, kids, because we're gonna be doing this at a ludicrous speed. Get ready to see plaid. Dreadbear. Honestly, a pretty cool concept, combining Freddy and Frankenstein's monster to create an abomination of an animatronic. Everything about him looks great, with my only issue being the fact they didn't go all the way with the idea. Like, how cool would it have been if he was actually made up of different body parts from the other Freddys? Honestly, that would have been cool to see. But either way, he still looks amazing. 8 out of 10. Twisted Freddy. Check out this Cthulhu looking boy. Twisted Freddy looks a lot like a decomposing corpse about to blow up at any moment. And the mouthful of teeth he's got puts Nightmare Fredbear to shame, in addition to that sweet belly vortex. Just wish they had toned down the pus bubbles a bit. 9 out of 10. FNAF plus Freddy Fazbear. Honestly, I'm not that big of a fan of this design. I do like some things, like the head and the awesome vest, but the giant Bonnie feet, pot belly, and tight leather pants don't really gel with me, and look kinda out of place in my opinion. Just my opinion though. Not the worst looking Freddy, but definitely an acquired taste. But the game looks sick. Just getting that out of the way. That looks awesome. 6 out of 10. And to wrap it all up, we have Glam Rock Freddy. Quite possibly one of the coolest looking Freddys ever. Just ever. Look at this dude. He is just perfect in every way. It would have looked even cooler if he had a jean vest to wear. I should know, I gave him one. But this guy's got me excited to see what Security Breach has in store for us. Come on, Scott. We need this game right now. Actually, no, scratch that. Don't believe me on that. You guys over at Sealwool Studios, take your time, make it the best game ever. Oh yeah, and Glamrock Freddy's a 10 out of 10. Are you surprised? Hey, congratulations on making it to the end of the video. I hope you guys enjoyed this ridiculous ranking of all the Freddy Fazbears. It was honestly a lot of fun to do. I think I did a lot of great jokes in this video, and I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, be sure to like the video and subscribe for more great content. And hey, let me know down in the comments below what you guys want to see next. This is definitely not the final FNAF ranking video. I'm going to do a lot more, so I want to know from you guys who you want to see next. So please let me know. And until next time, peace out and goodbye.
Gregory, be still. I think she's found us.
Don't touch the child!